Rich's Go Country. Welcome back to Rich's Go Country. We want to take you on a little bit of a tour today, show you some of the things that we've been working on, some of the things that we've done to try to make it better for our Rich Chicks Resort and Spa. We want to make sure that our ladies are very comfortable and giving us the best eggs. So we've got 24 chickens right now. Our neighbor's chicken came over and said hi yesterday, but we didn't get to keep him, so we gave him back. So we're still at 24 chickens right now. Here I go. I unlock the electric fence. We leave that on most of the time, as I can attest yesterday when I accidentally touched it when the rain was happening. It is quite potent. So here I am. We have to hurry and jump into the chicken coop, because if we don't, the chickens will quickly run out the door. There we've got our watering trays, so they automatically fill up. We just have to scoop out any dirt, turn it to the side to dump it, and then it'll just continue fill. I'll let it fill right here, and you can just watch it as it fills up, and then it just stops on its own with the weight. We've got all this beautiful looking foam on the outside, as we realize that the chicken waters will just freeze in the pipes. So we got this heater to wrap around the PVC pipe to be able to keep that nice and warm, so it doesn't freeze at night. So since we'd run electrical out there, it wasn't too hard to add the wire to wrap around the waters on the outside and on the inside. So going into the chicken coop, we have our nesting boxes, and we had those curtains on all of them, but we had a little bit of a fire scare the other day. Our light that we had, our heating lamp, as it was getting really cold, had been knocked by one of the chickens pressing up against the wood and had started its own fire. It went out on its own, thankfully, but we've definitely unplugged our heating lamps until we think of something different. We have found, though, that the chickens like to just hide behind this log and lay their eggs down there in the corner. But here we've got the inside waters. As you can see, the shavings gets all in them all the time, and we just dump it, clean it, and then as they stare at us, and then the water's good to go. It fills on its own. So here's Papa Brahma right in front of us. He tends to be very inquisitive, likes to make sure that everybody's doing their job and taking care of each other. So we like Papa Brahma. He does a good job for us, and as his name might suggest, it is a Brahma chicken. We've got 7 or 8 different breeds here. One of the things we do often is we take our shells there, the crushed shells, to try to make sure they've got plenty of calcium for their eggs. And we've got poultry grit. They use that in their gizzard to crush down any of the food. So we just drop some out here on the floor, and then, sorry about the shaky camera, but they take and eat those rocks, and it sits in their gut, and they grind up their food that way. They don't do that they don't have teeth and they don't chew. So, wanted to show you the ladies and just how inquisitive they are. You'll watch them just walk up to the camera a little bit, and as they're eating around and getting rocks for their gizzard. So after we're done taking care of the chickens, we always will, as we walk outside, we've got 3 things that close this gate. We've got that 1 carabiner, and this is the 2 strands of electric fence that we have running around. We go over, and I've just installed this outside switch that we don't have to walk inside to turn it off or not. This is just a little bit of that wrap-on tape for the electrical around the waters to keep them a little bit warmer.
The tape's fallen down, so I've got to redo that. But here is our current project in the garden. So we're moving our whole garden this year, but we still wanted to do a few things earlier. So we've got garlic and onion.
Something new this year is we decided to put cardboard down. We had a big trouble with a lot of weeds last year, and we don't like weeds. So here we are, we put a bunch of cardboard down that we recruited from family and friends, and as we've laid that down, we watered it down to make sure the wind didn't blow it away. And I'm over there playing on the tractor while the chickens try to dig out any bugs they find, and we're dumping on some of the chicken compost and dirt mixed in after it's been aged for about 6 or 8 months. Hopefully that's long enough since it didn't start as just pure chicken manure. One of the things that you actually have to learn when you have chickens is chicken manure, chicken compost is actually too strong for it to be used directly on plants. It's a hot compost, so it has to age. If it's pure, I believe it takes a whole year to kind of mellow out, get rained on, and to become a little less strong for the plants to survive in. Otherwise, it burns the plants. So here we are, just making our rows so that we can plant our onions and garlic. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Riches Go Country. Make sure to like and subscribe.